Hello everybody, my name is Froggy Dion and welcome to Amnesia Memories, or if you've seen my first video where I collabed with my friend on this game, then welcome back to Amnesia Memories. So now that I've finished most of the games I was playing, I decided to go back and actually do my own playthrough of Amnesia Memories. So what I did before is I just did like the first hour, I think it was the first like hour. I played through the first hour of Shin's route with my friend, and my friend is a person that the Vampire Princess 2 is her YouTube name. I've linked her in the other video on the collabs if you want to go find it, which this was quite a few months ago. But she, like, our schedules don't always match very well, and it was just hard to get her over here to record with. So I just, like, decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go through my own route, and also, I have a lovely guide over here to tell me which choices to make, because I suck at making choices, which, when I went back and I looked at all the choices we had made, I knew for 100% sure I was not going to get the good ending. So if I'm gonna spend my time, and, you know, I'm gonna spend your time watching this playthrough, I am going to get the good ending every single time. So y'all don't even have to worry about it. Alright? Alright. So, that being said, let's just go ahead and start a new game. Okay? It's very pretty. I'm gonna go through the game like I'm playing it for the first time. That the last video just didn't exist. It does exist, but it doesn't exist in this video. In the realm of this video, it doesn't exist. No. I'm still gonna call him Oreo though. Oh, it hides the thing. Okay.
もしもしやばい人類殺したなんてバレたら僕あ、目開けた
I love his facial expressions.
気分はどう
Okay, so right click is save. Gotcha. So I'm gonna go ahead. I still have my save file from the last one, and I'm just gonna save over that, just for reference.
ああよかった生きてた本当に僕は決して怪しいものじゃないよ君を鈍器で殴ったんでもないし崖から突き落としたんでもないしそれじゃあ僕が一体何者なのかっていうとまあひょんなきっかけで君の精神に入り込んじゃったってだけの精霊なんだよね
That's very believable. I also love, I think I pointed this out in the other video, his little horns, they look like Umbreon, the Pokemon Umbreon, they look like Umbreon's tail, or his ears, which is great.
こいつ一体何なのとかねえ君本当に大丈夫
I see a strange looking kid. Oh, so that's a choice I've made before. That's what I was supposed to pick. I'm not sure if these choices matter, but it's...
ね、でも僕別に変な子じゃないから君とは存在のあり方が違うだけだから
Sure.
とりあえず僕のことは認識できてるようでないそれにしても君落ち着いてるねキャーここはどこあなたは誰ってなことになると思ったんだけどまさか記憶だけじゃなくて人格まで飛んじゃったのかな
Well, without your memories, you're not really a person, are you?
大変だとりあえず最初から説明するね僕はオリオンとある別世界から来た精霊さ
We're just gonna call him Oreo because I love it. I love that
で、ちょ
name
っとし
for
た用
him.
があって人類の世界に向かってるところだったんだけどその途中で君の精神と衝突してね
Just some business, you know, whatever.
僕にもよくわからないんだけど何かの加減で君の心の中
Sometimes
に
these
閉じ込め
games
られ
are
ちゃった
just
みたい
like,
な
I was just searching for some business, you know, like they don't really explain anything, but you don't really question it because it's like, it's anime. Like what does it matter, you know?
そして君はその衝撃で意識を失ってたみたいだねで、その意 君の記憶も飛んじゃったみたいなんだよ。
What a
いや参
mess.
ったね。ごめん、ここどんどん突っ込んで。今君の常識にないはずのことをいっぱい言ったはずだから。
No, I understood.
え、本当に？そっか、そもそもいきなり変な空間で目が覚めて、こんな異常な状況じゃ何言われても信じるしかないよね。
Are you saying I shouldn't trust you, Oreo? Is that what you're saying? Because I didn't get any consent in this matter. That was the whole, like, bit, I guess, in the last episode was that I didn't have any consent in any of this. And I'm like, do I get to consent to anything? Like, yeah, this guy just, like, jumps into my consciousness. My memories are gone. My personality is gone. Like.
っていうか、そうしないと多分僕君の中から出られないんだよね。多分僕は君の消えてしまった記憶の部分に閉じ込められてるんだと思う。僕が君の精神に入り込んだ分、だから君の記憶が戻れば今度は僕の方が押し出されると思うんだよね。
Sorry, I have this cat and she really likes this one door to be open. And if it's not open, she likes to claw at it for like 6,000 hours. So if you hear that, I apologize. Or meows in general.
もしかしたら他にも方法があるのかもしれないけど、今はそれ以外方法が思いつかないんだ。記憶喪失にさせちゃったことは本当に申し訳ないと思ってる。だから一緒に記憶を元に戻そう。
It's a really interesting concept. Like, I mean, the stuff with Orion is like, or Oreo as I like to call him, is like, whatever. Like, that stuff doesn't really matter all that much. But like the whole concept of just losing your memories and having to figure out who you are, that is really interesting to me. Alright.
よかったー。ありがとう。食いしばれとか言われてもおかしくないとこだよね。君って理解が早いんだね。うん、こういうのもなんだけど、閉じ込められたのが君。
You don't even know me. I don't even know me.
これから僕と君は協力して君の記憶を取り戻さなきゃいけないんだ。
Considering you're the reason I don't have any, I appreciate that.
僕にできることなら何でもするって言いたいんだけど、僕は人類に干渉できないんだ。君に触れることもできないし、そもそも君以外の人間には僕の姿は全く見えないし、声だって聞こえない。だから聞き込みすることも君の代わりに働くこともできない。
So basically you're saying everything's up to me, but you're just talking in my head, so.
さらに言えば、君から10メートル以上離れることもできない。何でもするって言ったけど。いや、それでもね、誰もいないよりはマシだと思うんだよ。僕だけは
It is better than having no one. I appreciate it, Oreo. Thank you.
犯人はオリオンだったりしないことは保証する。
I really hope not, honestly, because I appreciate it. I assume I'm supposed to pick the good options.
これから一緒に頑張ろうね。で、あのさ、名前は？
Can't remember nothing.
なんとなく。
Nope. I'm pretty sure last time I named her Alice. So yes, I like that name. It's a good name.
それが君の名前？
I think so.
そっかそっか。それ、よし。それじゃあ、ここにいても仕方ないし。
But she really has no way of knowing if that's her name or not. You know? That's why it kind of makes sense in context, you know. It's a thing that just like RPGs and visual novels do. They allow you to choose the name of the protagonist. But in this concept, it's literally she's a blank slate. So like there's no way for her to know what her actual name is, but she can say I think it's this, but she doesn't know for sure.
ここはどこなのか。パラレルの中間。この世にはあらゆる可能性がある。例えば、
Sometimes it gets very serious.
学校に通っているかもしれないし、別の世界では働いてるかもしれない。
And I'm just like, this kid, like, he's kind of like, you know, childish and goofy, but he's also a little serious and seems a little older than, you know, what he looks like. Of course, he's a spirit, so time concept is different to him than it is to humans.
平行世界の隙間。平たく言えば君は今、でも僕には君がどこの世界から来たのか。あ、でもどの世界も君のいた世界であることに変わりはないよ。平行世界に正解不正解は存在しないからね。だから君が本来いた世界へ戻って記憶を取り戻そう。そうすれば友達に話を聞くとか。あ、でもちょっと待って。人類は凶悪で残酷な生き物だからね。ありもしない記憶を植え付けられるかもしれないからね。俺はお前に100万円貸してるんだから、ちゃんと返せよな。
That's true. Oh, sorry. Cat.
そういうことを言われても本当かどうか判断できないでしょ。
Yeah, because you don't remember, so who knows what's
最低
true.
なダメ男を彼氏だって紹介されて、無職だって言われて信じてるうちにバイトをクビになったりとか、はたまた縁もゆかりもないやつが最終的には落ちるところまで落ちて気がつけた。
Alright, Oreo, you need to calm down, okay? You need to calm down. Everything's gonna be okay.
そんなことになったら困るでしょ。
You might be overthinking it.
そうかな。でもね、逆に考えてみて。そうしたら君はどうなるかな。
I kind of wish there was some female options in this one, but that's not the point of an Otome game, I guess.
記憶が戻るまで保護って名目で病院とか家とかに軟禁状態になるんだろうね。
I guess the opposite would be like, you know, a female protagonist or a male protagonist and then like all female options, which happens too. There are also visual novels like that. But otomes are more popular, I think, because it's majority of it is female players playing them, so they choose to have a female protagonist and male romance options, which is the majority of what people want.
閉じこもることになるでしょ。普通はそれでいいんだろうけど、君の記憶は脳や精神のトラブルでなくなったわけじゃないよね。僕っていう存在によって押し出されてしまったものなんだ。だから病院や家で保護されても君の記憶が戻るわけじゃないし、病室で誰とも会わずに過ごしてたらいずれひどいことになるよ。それこそ水の飲み方とか呼吸の仕方とかすら忘れてくかもしれない。
I don't know what is wrong with the cats in my house, but okay.
そんな
Sorry
恐
about
怖
all
の
of
バッドエン
that.
ドを回避する明日のためのその1、情報収集。できるだけ積極的に人と会ってもっと自分が何者で家族は誰でそうやって情報を増やして記憶の外堀を埋めていくんだよ。そうすればきっとそれがトリガーになって、そうしていくうちに今度は僕が押し出されて君から分離できるはずなんだ。今の状態じゃすごくリスキーだけど、ごめん、不安にさせる話ばっかりしちゃったね。でもまあ、
okay,
まずは家族に相談すればいいんじゃないかな。精霊が精神に住み着いたって言って、後のことはそれから考えるとしよう。さあ、それじゃあ君の住む現実の世界へ戻ろう。やり方は簡単だよ。目を閉じて記憶を失った君が何かを思い浮かべることができたなら、それが君の望む世界だよ。ただその世界は複数あると思うから、君がこれだと思う世界を選択して。
So here's the thing. The idea of the game is that you choose different worlds, and depending on what world you choose, that's what your romance interest is. So like, you know, if you choose the different cards, and then once you get all of the good endings on all 4 of these worlds, you get a 5th world unlocked, with a new route and a new character, which is basically the true end. But I am going to go through and I'm going to play through all 5 routes. So, because that's the only way to get the true route, and it's just interesting to see all of the different routes and ideas. But I'm going to start with the Heart World, because that is also the first one in the list, you know, for one thing. I'll probably just do them all in order, actually, just because that's just easier to remember for me. But, yeah, no. Actually, you know what? I think it's right-click. Yeah, I'm gonna save right here. Because that's literally right before the choice. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the Heart World, and we're gonna talk to Shin about some stuff. I think the opening's gonna play, but I'm not sure if it's actually gonna load on my screen. It might not, though. Okay, I don't think it is. Maybe not. Maybe not till later.
どうしよう。こんなところでパジャマ着て寝てる君って、病院に入れられるのだけは避けようって話したばっかりなのに、一体どうしてこんなことに。ベッドに名札がついてる。君の名前は君が思い出した通りみたいだね。
So that is officially your name, yes.
他。ベッドの下にカバンがあるよ。びっくりした。なんだろう今の痛み。君、首だけじゃないや。腕にも足にも。そっか。君はこの怪我で入院してたんだ。
You were in some sort of accident, but I don't remember what the accident was.
動けないほどの怪我ってわけじゃないみたいだけど。
入るぞ。
誰か来た。
おい、いつまで寝てるつもりだよ。もう10時なんだけど。
だって入院患者だよ。寝てて当然
He can't hear you, Oreo, so...
この人、病院の人じゃないよね。
何ぼーっとしてんだ。
Oreo cracks me up.
ごめん、君と繋がってる感覚遮断させてもらいます。君大丈夫？っていうか、いつまでキスしてるつもり？
As long as he wants, I guess. I mean, I'd kiss her too. Jesus Christ, she's
なんなんだ
attractive.
よ。今日は恥ずかしかって暴れないの？
I do gotta say though, like, I mean, I'm not like romantically interested in any of the males, like obviously, but like, I do love their character design. Like the, you know, the shading of their hair and the, like, you know, the color schemes work really nice. Like, I love that. Like, it's really great.
嫌がられないとやめときわかんないんだけど、おとなしくしてるなら先進むぞ。
ちょっとそれは本当、僕が叫んだところで聞こえないってわかってるけど。
マジで寝ぼけてるな。俺、退院手続きしてくるから。じゃ、また後で。
Yeah, but she doesn't remember anything. Like, just imagine some weird ass guy coming into your bedroom, or your well, not your bedroom, your hospital room, and then just like fucking doing that. It's like, what? What do you mean?
とにかく今の男は君の彼氏。
But if you get the good ending, then they all end up being, you know, your boyfriend at the end anyway. So it's like, it really isn't that surprising. I'm not sure if he's actually my boyfriend, like, at this point. You know, because I don't have my memories, but like, or if he was before I lost my memories, but by the end, he becomes that, so.
彼氏なら当然なのかもしれないけど、君は全然覚えてないんだし。それよりまずは着替えないと。そういえば退院手
I
続
shouldn't
き
say I
して
should
くる
say
って言ってたよね。
Alice, because
君もう退院するところなんだ。いきなり入院中とは言っても、思ったより状況
if
は
I had
最
a
悪じゃ
character
な
in
いみ
this
たいだ
game,
ね。
I would choose Alice as my romantic interest.
退院
I
手
just
続
love her
き代行
character
してくれ
design.
るくらいなら、あいつは相当親しいんだろうし、今後も頼りにできる可能性は高いよ。本当に信頼できる人間なら記憶喪失を隠すこともないだろうし。っていうか、なんで彼氏が退院手続きしてくれるんだ。あいつも君も高校生か大学生くらいだろうし。いや、まあ退院させてくれるなら
I think they're
何だってい
college
いけどさ。
students, if I remember.
とにかく着替
But
え
they
ようか。
explain.
体痛むだろうから
10 minutes later. It's always 10 minutes. We made this joke. It's always, all the time skips are 10 minutes.
着れた
Every time it says like such and such time later, it's always 10 minutes.
さて、あとはさっきの男が帰ってくるのを。
ただいま。
はっぶな。もうちょっと着替えるの遅かったら確かにさっき声かけないで入るって言って親しき中にもって言うよね。
You could at least knock.
だからさっきしないって言っといただろ。文句な。なんか本当に様子おかしいな。
いやいや大丈夫です。
あれ、お前朝の薬飲んだ？あのさ、お前痛くないの？さっさと飲めよバカ。
言葉がザクザク刺さる。
The world of heart.
でも一応心配してくれてるのかな。とりあえず世話は焼いてくれてるみたいだし。
Yeah, he's like the bad boy type. Like, he actually does care, but he has a really off-putting, like, macho way of showing it. Like, oh, I care about you, but I'm just gonna act like I don't care, you know? Which is whatever.
とにかく痛み止め飲もうか。痛いのは確かだしね。
意外と片付いてるな。棚の中も空だし。
本当だ。記憶を失う前に君が自分でやったのかな。とりあえずここはうなずいておこう。っていうか余計なこと言えないから。
特にやることなさそうだし、もう行くか。家まで近いけどタクシーの方がいいよな。なあ俺、お前の家の周りよくわかんないから。
家？
I don't know the directions. The art's really, really well done. I gotta say that.
無茶ぶりきた。
I'm not very good with directions.
はあ、ここに来るときにはしょうがないな。すみません。場所をうまく言えないんですけど、あとは曲がる場所をかしこまりました。
なんとか切り抜けた。彼が言った行き先の名前に心当たりとかありそう？
Who knows?
ここが君の家か。まさかこの男と同棲？
何自分家に見とれてんだよ。おい、どこまで行くんだよ。
やばい。鍵出さなきゃだよね。
もしかして俺が預かってるだろ。
しまった。怪しまれちゃったかな。ワンルームか。君ってダメ。キョロキョロ見回したら怪し
なあ、片付けはやるからお茶入れて。
なんと怪我人をこき使うつもり？
隊員の許可が下りたってことは最低限の日常生活はできるってことだろ。倒れたらベッドまで運んでやるから。
なんてスパルタ式なの？仕方ない。
I think we talked about this too. You have like 4 different characters, and they all treat her differently. Like, he's very harsh on her, but it's because he cares. He doesn't want to baby her. He wants her to grow. And then there's another character who is best friends with him, whose name is Toma, which you see later. He like babies her. So it's like the exact opposite, and neither of them are good in extremes. It's like two completely different extremes. And then another character, I think the spade guy, is like super duper loving, like all the time. Like super duper affectionate. And then the other guy, Kent, who's my favorite, he's the Clover guy, he is just not very affectionate at all. Like, he's just very offstandish, kind of serious, doesn't really show his emotions very much. So it's like 4 different extremes, and it's none of them are correct because it's like way too extreme. But taken, you know, if all of them are put together, then you can like rationalize it, and that is a proper like way to deal with, you know, a romantic relationship. But you know what? They're all extremes, so that's kind of the point.
で、この場合のお茶って何茶のことだろう？緑茶？麦茶？紅茶？
Black tea, okay.
別にいいけど、なんで突然そんな気取ったもん出すの？
たまにはそんな気分なの。
I'm not sure which choices actually matter or not. I'm just following the guide, and the guide says this is the proper way to do it, so that's what I'm doing.
いいけどさ。
Maybe that's his favorite. I don't know.
はあ、彼いつまでいるつもりなんだろう。この家の鍵を預かってたわけだし。ってどういうこと？親は何してるんだ親は。まあ今は
I
と
think
りあ
I'm
え
in
ず
college and
お茶入れ
my
よっか。
parents are gone. So my parents aren't around. 10 minutes later. It's always 10 minutes. What is with 10 minutes?
だいたい片付いた。着替え類は触ってないから。お茶入ったか？テーブルに持ってこいよ。朝から何も食べてないんだろ。とにかく何か
Sandwiches
腹
sound
に。
really good, actually. I made food for myself earlier, but it did not go very well, so I'm actually still hungry.
言い方はきついけど、いろいろ気遣ってくれてる。聞きたいことはいっぱいあるけど、何聞いてもすぐに見透かされそう。
なあ、もうこんな時間か。
やっと帰ってくれる。この緊張から解放される。
I actually also like as well, like her room is like a blank slate too. It's like very, it's almost like looking into a white like sketch of a room, like a blank sketch of a room. And the only time it changes colors is by the, you know, the sun peeking in or the sunset in this case. It's interesting because it goes really along very well with her character that she's a blank slate herself, and that room is kind of blank too until she starts remembering it, you know.
そろそろお前限界だろ。一人の間は誰も面倒見られないんだから。な、明日も来るから。
Okay, no need to go to any trouble. Man, I picked all the wrong options. The options in green are the options I've chosen before. So I picked all the wrong options.
あ、予備校生なんだこいつ。
じゃあまた明日。あ、鍵はキッチンカウンターの上に置いといた。寝坊するなよ。
やっと一人になれたね。なんかすっごく不審がられてた気がするけど。はあ、それにしても疲れたね。今朝まで入院してたんだもん。疲れるの当然だよ。あいつ無理させすぎじゃない？部屋の中も探ってみたいけど、もう体が限界みたいだね。あれ、携帯ないよ。なんで？今時の若者が携帯持ってないなんてことあるの？あ、病院にいる間は必要ないと思ってどこ？家探ししたいけど。あ、とりあえず財布の中だけでもチェックしよう。明賀大学心理学科1年。大学生なんだ。さっきのあいつは明日予備校だって言ってたよね。あいつは浪人したのかな？それとも年下なのかな？今日一日喋ってたのに。でも家の鍵を預けておいたり、退院の手続きを頼んだりしてたわけだし、記憶を失う前の君があいつを信用してたのは間違いないよね。でもこれって普通彼氏に頼むことじゃない。ちょっと様子を見てみて、本当に信頼できそうなら記憶喪失を打ち明けてみるのも手かもね。
Her, Toma, and Shin were all childhood friends, is what I want to say, but I'm not positive on that.
あ、本当に仲が良かったなら、家のどこかにアルバムとかその手のものがあるかもしれない。でもちょっと体力の限界かな。とにかく今日はお疲れ様。明日もわかんないことだらけだけど。
Interesting. The next day. Does it tell me the date? Parameters? Oh! Suspicion attached by the heroine's memory loss. Interesting. I'm gonna save again, you know. I'm gonna keep that save file actually, because I'm assuming that's the same. But I'm not sure though.
あ、昨日の男だって来るの。ちょっと待っててもらって急いで身支度しよう。
10 minutes later. That's gonna be what I titled this video. 10 minutes later.
遅い。寝てたな。家に帰ったからってだらけるな。病院にいた時と同じように生活する方が。
I don't remember how I lived in the hospital. I can't let him know that because if I tell him that, then he might, take advantage of it.
どんな厳しい生活指導だよ。
入るぞ。これ、朝飯買ってきた。
聞きたいこと。
今日で付き合って1年になるよな。
え、そうなの？なんでいきなりそんな記念日に出くわしちゃうんだ。
Will you buy me a cake then?
太るからやめとけよ。お前丸顔なんだから肉つくとすぐ太って。
Well, excuse you! I am perfect, okay? Do not talk about a woman's weight. Jesus Christ, that's terrible.
乙女に向かって
Yeah!
いけないこと。
Oreo's got my back. Look at him. Look at him go defending me.
もう一つ質問。俺、昨日からお前にいつもしょっちゅう呼ばれてる気がするんだけど。てか、普段は俺が邪険にしても犬ころみたいについてくるくせに、昨日ずっと帰らせたがってたよな。
うわ、バレてる？
で、聞きたいんだけど。
Why would you ask that? So that one was the right choice.
覚えてないんじゃないかって疑ってるからだよ。
いや、本当にどうすれだよ。
な、ちなみに付き合い始めてからはまだ3ヶ月だから。
はあ？てめえ。
なんで隠したがってるのか知らないけど、もう隠してるのは間違いないから聞いても言わないだろうと思って。
なんですと？
記憶混乱してるんだろう。てか隠せると思う方がおかしいだろ。お前記憶混乱してても俺がお前と付き合ってるってすぐ分かんなかったの。バカ。
そんなに心込めてバカなんて言わなくても。
It's not her fault. Like, she's gotta be terrified that she doesn't remember anything, you know?
朝からおかしいと思
What
って
is she supposed to think?
一時的に混乱してるだけならそのうち治るかと思って様子見てただけ。
Give Alice a break, man.
で、なんで隠してたんだよ。
I also just realized, like, you could name her whatever you want, but Alice is kind of actually really fitting because you're going to different card worlds. So, like, it really gives you an Alice in Wonderland aesthetic. So I like that I named her that, actually. I didn't want to go back to the hospital.
わかった。じゃあ病院には絶対戻さない。
え、いいの？
それでもう隠す必要ないんだな。で、どこまで理解できてるんだ？
Literally
自分の
nothing.
名前は分かってるか？
それは大丈夫だよね。
なあ、身分証はあったのか？じゃあ、一から説明するけど、俺の名前はシン。お前とは子供の頃からの知り合いで、
We've known each other since we were
いわ
kids.
ゆる幼馴染か。3ヶ月前からは付き合ってた。年は1個下。
年下だったんだ。偉そうなのに。
お前の両親は海外に赴任中。入
Oh,
院
they're
直後
working
には
overseas.
一回帰ってきた
Okay.
けど、もう向こうに戻った。で、その代わりに俺が鍵と金を預かっていろいろ面倒を見てた。
ああ、なるほどね。単なる彼氏にしてはいろいろ任されすぎって思ったけど、幼馴染で恋人だったらそりゃ親も信用するよね。
いっぺんに話しても混乱するだろうし、他に気になることあるか？
What's with these injuries? Yeah.
ああ、悪かった。
え？
俺のせいなんだ。お前が怪我したのも。
ちょっと待って。記憶なくしたのは僕のせいだよ。
お
He
前
doesn't
は
know
10日
that.
くらい前、事故に遭った。その時頭を強く打ってるんだ。記憶が混乱してるのは
違うんだけど。
事故のことは悪い。俺もまだ気持ちの整理がついてないんだ。とにかく全責任は俺にある。おばさんとおじさんにも俺が面倒見るって約束して鍵を預
The
けてくれ。
music's really pretty too.
申し訳ありません。全部俺の責任です。本当に申し訳ありませんでした。
シン君、私たちは君のせいだなんて思っていないよ。
That was memory.
あ、ねえ、今の過去の記憶じゃない？シンの言葉をきっかけに記憶。よかった。やっぱり完全に忘れてるわけじゃないんだ。
どうかしたか？
Did you apologize to my dad at the hospital?
嫌なところ思い出すな。お前、もう少し格好つけてるとこ思い出してくれよ。
大丈夫だよ。割とかっこよか
Yeah,
ったよ。
it was pretty admirable of you.
よかった。一応思い出
One
せる。
time in your life, you didn't sound like a dick.
もしかして昨日の朝君の様子がおかしいって気づいて。そうだよね。彼女が記憶ないんじゃないかって思ったら厳しく見えたのもシンが緊張してたせいか
But
もし
we
れないね。
also don't know how much of what he's saying is the truth. Like, his name obviously is the truth, and my name is the truth. But we don't know, other than our memories are themselves, like, we don't know what actually the truth is. So, like, he literally could be telling us a bunch of lies. But we have to, what else do we have to go on? You know, we really don't have much.
お前、動けそうか？その辺歩いてみようぜ。
そうだね。見慣れた風景を見れば記憶にも刺激があるかもしれない。
Walks are great, okay?
この辺がお前の実家のあった場所。あそこが俺の家。お前の家からはすぐ近くだから。次、バイト先。歩いて20分ぐらい。
やっぱり用じゃないんだけ
Oh
ど。
yeah, in Japan, they, especially if they live in a big city, they pretty much just walk everywhere. But in Japan, also, their houses and everything is like much more close together. And because a lot of people just don't drive. So, and when they do drive, it's literally usually only to the country because it's so far out there, and to like, very long distances, and they'll usually rent a taxi if they're traveling for a longer period of time, or they'll take trains. A lot of cities have trains and stuff, but this seems kind of like a regular village, so they wouldn't really have trains and stuff like they do in big cities, but they would have taxis, which is what we drove back in coming back from the hospital. So just interesting culture differences. Like, see how the buildings are all stacked up on top of each other in the picture? That's how they are. It's interesting to me. I wish, because that would save a lot of the ozone layer if we, not everyone drove all the freaking time. And it would, that's why they're a lot healthier than us, because they walk a lot of the time. They're a lot healthier
昨日まで入院してた女の子を連れ回しすぎじゃない？っていうか家がすぐ近くって昨日この辺わからないってタクシーの行き先説明させてたけど、もしかして1周年記念日の話みたいに
Yeah, I really don't know. I think he was just testing her just to see, like, what she remembered, because obviously, like, that's a little weird, to not notice something like that, but why wouldn't you just be honest,
もう無理か。じゃあ店入るか。
ああ、綺麗なお店。
お帰りなさいませ。
ご主人様。
てしん、お前ね。お前、顔色悪いな。頭の傷。
今日は客で来てるんだけど。
ああ、そうですか。それは失礼しました。ご注文がお決まりの頃、また伺います。
知り合いだったのかな？
I think they all
今の
work
ト
at
ーン
the cafe.
何か思い出せない。ダメか。じゃあまあいいや。あとは適当に携帯買って。
携帯？
お前さ、携帯ないんだよ。
あ、それでカバンの中に携帯が入ってなかった。
病院にいる間は安全だったけど、今は緊急の時に俺と連絡つかないと面倒だろ。俺には女の携帯なんかわかんないから自分で選べ。せっかくここまで来れたんだし。てか、ダメそうなら途中で帰るつもりだったんだけど。そういえば、 今のお前あんまり文句言わないよな。
A little bit.
バカ、頑張れなんて言ってないだろ。不満は口に出せよ。言わなきゃわかんないから。
I'm
言われな
sorry,
い不
Shin.
満を分かってやるつもりもないし。
Well, yeah, I can't read your mind either, and I don't understand what you're telling me half the time. And I can't, like, because I don't remember anything.
なんで今さらこんなことお前に言わなきゃなんないんだろうな。そういう細々とした折り合い方、説明しなきゃわかんないってピンとこねえよ。
It would be really odd though, like if you knew someone for so long, like I'm just imagining like my friends that I have been friends with since like middle school. Like if I've known them for, you know, probably a good decade now, and it's like for me to have to think about little things like that, I don't know, like things you just remember that the other person doesn't. It's like that would be really weird because like it's just little things you just know, and the other person, if they didn't remember, would be like, what? Like we played this game, or we watched this, or we, you know, talked about this, or like you just wouldn't remember any of that. It would just be really odd to explain all of that background detail.
今ここにいるのは俺の知ってるお前なのか。はあ、あの事故の時お前が死んだかと思っ昨日お前の記憶がおかしいって気づいた時にも思い出せるよな。全部なくなったりしないよな。まあ何が起こったとしても結局は俺のせいなんだけどな。
But that's the thing though, even if she doesn't remember, that doesn't mean you can't build something new, you know? Like she can build a new relationship, which is what happens if you get the good ending anyways. But memories aren't everything, and you can build new relationships, so yeah.
ただいまおかげで携帯はゲットできたけど、とりあえずこの携帯を見て分かった重要な事実。今日
Nice.
8月にしては随
Oh,
分
cool.
涼しい
So
よ
now I
ね。
can see the
人
date.
類社会は
Okay.
最近異常気象続きだって聞くけど、まあ新しい携帯に連絡先が真の分だけか。まあ明日もあいつが来るみたいだし、ある程度任せておいてもいいんじゃ。怪我で体が動かしにくいのは辛いけど、信頼できそうな相手に記憶喪失を相談できて、未来は明るい。この調子ならすぐ記憶が戻るよ。明日も頑張ろうね。
You got it, Oreo. You got it.
でもあいつ自分のせいだと思ってるから、説明したところで理解されるわけないけど。
Oreo. I love Oreo. He's great. He's one of my favorites, actually. August 3rd. Like, it tells you the day at the beginning, but until you get a phone, you can't see the date. But yeah, I can see it now. Oh, okay, the month is on the bottom. I got it. I was wondering, I was like, that's March. No, it's August because the month is on the bottom. The way they do dates is backwards. They do the day first. I also have a cat in my face. They do the day first and then the month. I don't know why, but it's fine.
お前の両親が海外にいるってあれ嘘。本当は
Oh
隣
my
の
god, here we go.
大演技は仕事で来られなかっただけ。記憶のないお前を独占したくて。
それ結構重大な嘘じゃないの？
Thanks for telling me.
連絡先は本物だけど、俺の言ったことは嘘
Oh
だ。
my god.
はあ？
記憶が戻ってないか聞いてもまた隠すかもしれないと思って。お前の両親は本当に海外赴任。その連絡先はロスのやつ。家から移してきた。
こんな嘘ばっかりついてるといつか
Right?
誰も信じてくれ
There's
なくなるんだ
literally a
ぞ。
Danganronpa character that is his entire character arc. Like, he just lies all the time. And you're like, well, how do you know what he's saying is the truth? Because sometimes he's right. You know, he's not always wrong. Or he doesn't always lie, but it's like, how do you know which time is the truth and which time is the lie when you start lying so often, you know? How do you believe it?
1日2日経ったら自然に回復してるかもなんて甘す
Which
ぎ
is
る。
what makes this route really frustrating, is because he keeps like telling these little lies just to like test her memory, and then like obviously I don't remember anything, or she doesn't remember anything, so it's like, well, like how am I supposed to know, you know?
隊長は元気ならお前の学校見に行かない？
体調は悪くないけどどうする？付き合ってあげる？
That sounds...
じゃあ行こう。あのさ、嘘つかれたらぼーっとしてんのは分かってるし、騙し討ちした俺が悪いんだけど。
なんだ、怒られるつもりで言ってたんだ。
いつもと
I would be
分
mad
抜
at
けて
him.
怒るだろうって無意識に思ってたみたいだな。地味に答えるこういう違和感。今のお前はお前だけど違うんだよな。分かってもらえるつもりで
もしかしたらさっきの記憶を失う前の君とシンの間では。
じゃあ行くか。今日は具合が悪くなったら。ここがお前の大学。高校からエスカレーターで進学した。高校も敷地内にあるけど制服だから部外者は入りにくい。
ここが君の学校か。
College is stupid anyways.
高校も
I'm
敷地
glad I
内にある
went,
ってことは
but
こ
it's
こ
like...
に3年以上通ってるんだよね。どう？見覚えある？
It's just, especially college over here in the US is just so expensive. It's like insane how expensive it is just to get an education. Like it's ridiculous, honestly. So it's like, how do you expect anyone to be able to pay this amount of money? And why would you force someone to go into debt, you know, just to get a job that they enjoy? You know, like that's just ridiculously stupid. But overseas, it's actually a lot of colleges are free. And if they're not free, you don't pay very much for them. Unless they're like super duper rich schools, which is like whatever. Those are going to be expensive to get into. But like regular colleges, it's just like whatever, just go to college. Like it's really not that big of a deal. But over there as well, they take education a little more seriously than we do over here. They are very high on education, and it matters a lot to them. They're very strict on it, so that's why they would make it to where most people could attend college, you know, pretty accessibly because they consider it very important and make it more accessible to people because they believe that it's important for their future. So. Of course, to be fair, if you want, you know...
お前の記憶に一番残ってるのは部活動のことだと思う。
To be fair, if you want, like, people to, you know, fill the jobs that we need and stuff, you need accessible college, but it's just not accessible over here. It's like, let me just pay my entire life savings in, you know, just to go to this college for, like, 4 years.
高2から軽音部に入ってバンドやってた。ボーカル担当。
Have I?
始めた時はすげえ下手くそだったけど、大学入ってからは演奏聞いても
I don't know if anything you say is true, so...
で、ここが部室。見覚えあるか？かなり通ってたはずだけど。
Her character design is just absolutely gorgeous. Like, I love that character design.
今はお前の怪我で休止中。この調子じゃ当分休止のままになりそうだな。普段は週2くらいで練習してたのかな。俺もしょっちゅう来てた。お前の部活が終わった後、お前が必死になってるとこ、俺にはそういうの無理だし、俺がお前に告白したのも初めてキスしたのもこの部屋。覚えてないか？その時のことは覚えてなくても数えきれないくらいお前にキスしてるんだけど、全然印象に残ってないって言われたらダメか。悪い、もうしない。ここでキスしたら困るよな。今のお前にとっては知らない男だもんな。
No, I don't mind.
そう。じゃあこれからも遠慮なくなんだかんだ言ってど どっかに気持ちのかけらみたいのはいきなりキスされて嫌じゃないってのは焦っても仕方なさそうだな。長期戦覚悟する
I would like to think if you were actually romantically with someone and you had your memories lost, if they, you know, that some of the feelings would still be there. Like, you recognize that they are someone you, you know, were at least close or affectionate with. Like, even if you don't remember why or anything about them, you know. I would like to think your emotions and you would, you know, and your
これ
body
でパ
would
ッと思い
remember
つく
the
とこは
feeling.
一通り
Like,
連れてった。あとは成り行きに任せるしかない
because
と
the
思う。
memories of the body are different than the memories of the mind. So,
知り合いと話してるうちになんとなく思い出せることもあるかもしんないし、なんか思い出に残ってる場所に行ったら俺が知ってるやつには引き合わせてやれるけど。どうした？何立ち止まってんだよ。何？あのライブ、お前人に聞かせようって気あんの？自分の歌ってるとこ録音して聞いたことある？マジで聞けたもんじゃないんだけど、緊張して声が出なかった。言い訳だろ。練習が足りないからそういうことになるんだよ。お前どんな状況になっても自信持って歌えるくらい練習した。それで言い訳しても誰も聞いてくれないよ。
そのくらいにしといたら追い打ちかけて言わなくても。
うるさいよ。身内が言わなくて誰が言うんだよ。みんな心の中じゃひどい演奏だって思ってただろ。なるほど、悔しいな。来年は練習したら。
あんまり気にしないでいいよ。
see, these are the two extremes here. It's like one is like so strict that it's like painful to hear. Like, and sometimes you have to know the hard truth. Like, that is true. Like, there are some hard truths you just have to know and you have to understand. But to be so hurtful in your, like, so blunt in your words, it's just like, that's just painful. Like, why would you just, you know, and especially when somebody already feels bad about it, like, you know, or is like insecure about something that they're doing. So it's like, yeah, you gotta know the truth, like, hey, I think this good, but there are, like, or, hey, I don't think this is very good, but there are other ways to say it other than this sucks. Like, you can literally just, you don't have to say this sucks, you can just say, okay, this isn't the greatest, but here's what you can do to fix it, or like, this, it can be better, or it can improve, which is what Toma is doing. But he does the other extreme, where he babies her and tells her, it's okay, don't worry about it, and just like, coddles her, and that doesn't make her grow either. So it's like, you can't, like, stunt the growth, but you can't, like, you know, force her to grow too fast either.
こいつの言い方が大げさなの。
甘やかすな、トーマ。
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. And you get a lot of that between this one and the other route with Toma, which is the diamond one, which I think is the last one, actually,
どうした？
that we're gonna do
おい、また具合悪いの
before the
我慢
fifth
してた
one
んじ
that
ゃないだろ
opens
うな。
up.
いや、そうじゃないよね。今のはちょっとショックな記憶が蘇った衝撃だと思う。落ち着いたみたいだね。
大丈夫か？
You made me cry after my performance.
だってお前、下手言っとくけど、2回目は良くなってたから、ちゃんと褒めたぞ。
へえ、意外と真に厳しく言われたのがそれにしても順調に思い出せてるね。やっぱりよく知ってる相手が一緒にいて、いろんな話聞かせてくれるおかげかな。
As a writer, though, someone that likes to create and put my thoughts out there, hearing that is not helpful. Like, you can tell someone, oh, hey, this sucks, or I hate this, but it's like, that doesn't help anyone. That's just gonna discourage them, honestly. Because it's like, yeah, you can do better, but it's like, if you're just gonna tell me it sucks and not tell me why or what I can do to improve it, then what am I supposed to do? You know, like, that's not helpful at all. But Toma's thing is just like, oh, it's fine, even though it's not fine, and then pushing it along, you know, and then hearing from somebody else that it's not good later is just like the opposite thing. It's not constructive criticism. So it's finding the balance in between the two is really where you want to be. But there is no balance in between these two. There's no third route in
ところ
between.
でさ、お
Like,
前あさってから ほとんど記憶ないんじゃさすがにバイトは厳しいよな。店長に伝えて
できれば中には記憶がないのをいいことに他
I don't want a lot of people to know.
まあわからなくもないけど、じゃあ記憶がないのは隠したまま。もともと怪我人だからしばらくお試し勤務みたいな感じらしいし、もしやる気なら一通り業務を教えてやるよ。
Jesus, that would not fly in the States either. Like, they don't care if you're injured. If you work retail or anything to do with the public, they will tear you a new one. Like, they don't care. Like, they don't care if you're going through a hard time. They don't care if you're injured. They don't care what's going on with you. They are going to tear you a new one. Which is, you know, just how it is over here. Like, everyone expects the top-notch customer service, and they don't care about the employees at all. It's just the, you know, very selfish mentality that people have. But over there, it's a little different. Like, their culture's a little different. Their people are a lot kinder. They're a lot, not to say everybody's nice over there, because I know there are jerks everywhere, but, like, they're a lot kinder, and they're a lot less, they're a lot more understanding and patient, and, I'm thinking of a word, but it's not coming to me right now. Polite, that's the word, and very polite. They have very polite mannerisms and, you know, actual suffixes to words that make things more polite to people. So they're very respectable over there for the most part.
わお、それは頼もしい。
Wow. Oreo, you crack me up, man.
それでいいなら明日はここでバイトの特訓だ。
教えてくれるのは嬉しいけど、こいつのビシビシってどんくらい厳しいんだろう。バイト本番で失敗する方がよっぽど少ない精神ダメージで済みそうとか思っ、まあしょうがないか。頑張ろうね。
I will do my best, Oreo. Don't you worry. It makes me happy now, though, that I can see the dates, because that's how the guide is organized, so the fact that I can see the dates is great. You know, but after you get the date card.
だからそれはさっき教えただろバカ。そのくらい自分で考えろ。暗算くらいパッとできなくてどうすんだバカ。
バカの
Oh my
大
god.
盤振る舞いですね。
Apparently I'm an idiot.
まあこうなるのはなんとなく分かってたけどさ。
I love the word baka, but not when it's being screamed at me 600 times.
これで一通り教えたかな。
多分ね。
じゃあ実際俺が。
よし、これ以上バカにされないように。あ、こないだ行ったあのお店、君のバイト先はメイド&執事カフェだったみたいだ。わかる？メイドカフェ。
Welcome back, master.
と
The little blush on his face.
メニュー出す。その後水を
I could never work in a
ご
maid
注文がお
cafe.
決まりの頃伺います。そしたら呼ばれるまでしばらく遠くから注文をお願いします。
そしたら注文を聞けばいいんだよね。
Have you decided, master?
何の拷問だこれ。なんでもない。メイドのコーヒーセット、ケーキはバナナタルトで。って注文言われたら復唱して。
Yes, master? A lot of masters.
あのさ、襲ってもいい？
Wait, what?
ほら、いきなり何を言い出すんだ。
ダメだよな。なあ、なんだこれ。
あれ、チャイムの音。
やっと来た。
Toma's here.
はい。
入ってって我が物顔だねお前。お前の家じゃないだろ。
あ、こないだお店で会ったやつ。
I like the feather he
Wow.
has.
大丈
It's
夫だ
cool
った
to me.
記憶が混乱してるんだって。
とにかく入って。こいつはトーマ。こないだ店で会わせたよな。
Also, their eyes are like almost. I guess not. It's like orange and red. Okay, I see.
バイト中に頼るやつがいないと困る。
He's mostly yellow, but he has an orange aesthetic.
話したっつっても ものすごく簡単にな。
But they all like are black. Like it's black and some other color. So it's like black and yellow or black and red, black and blue and black and green. So
で、どのくらい忘れてるの？俺のことも完全に忘れてるわけ。
pretty much, yeah. I've
お前
forgotten
のことも
everybody.
俺のことも覚えてない。
はあ？分かってないと思って。
そんくらい自分で調べればいいだろう。
始まったよ。お前、こいつがこういうやつだってことも振り回されたでしょ。かわいそうなことしたね。
甘やかせなくていい。
お前は厳しすぎじゃないの？
That's the problem. Like you're either coddling or you're just being outright just rude. So it's like there's a balance here, guys. There's a balance here. You gotta learn.
なんで微妙に険悪なの？どういうことだろうね。
とにかくトーマ、バイト中のフォローは頼むから。
まあそれはもちろんそのつもりだけどね。じゃあお前相手に妙な気分だけど、俺はトーマ、お前のことは子供の頃から知ってて、俺としてはシンに対してもそのつもりなんだけど。
いい年して兄代わりなんかいらないっての。
で、嫌がられてるわけ。
兄代わりか。それでシンはこないだトーマの顔を店に連れて行ってくれたんだね。
バイトのことはもちろんだけど、他のことでも気軽に頼っていいよ。あんま一人で無理しないようにね。
とかなんとか優しいっぽいこと言いながら平然ときつい要求してくるやつだけど、
こいつにはそんなことしないよ。
まあそこは信用してるってことだから頼っていいよ。他のやつに喋るなって言えば喋らないやつだと思う。あともう一人バイト仲間に沢って女がいて。
Oh, Sawa's
お前とは
adorable.
親友
I
っていうの。
really like. I know she's, you know, she's your best friend, and it's great that you have a friend, you know, a best friend character in the game. But like, I would romance her. Like, if I had the choice, that would be my choice. Forget all these guys. I'm gonna romance Sawa right now.
そいつも信用していいけど、すげえおしゃべりだから秘密にしたいことは喋らない方が安全。
Yeah, she doesn't know how to keep secrets. She has a good heart and she means well, but she doesn't know how to keep a secret for the life of her. So that's the one downside to her. But honestly, all these relationships are pretty toxic if you ask me. Like Shin just, you know, lies to her all the time and just like talks about how terrible, you know, everything you do is. And it's like, well, that's not helpful. But then, like, Toma is, like, very, the opposite. He coddles, and then it's like, he gets kind of controlling. And then Iki is just so over the top, like, affectionate. It's, like, suffocating. It's like, oh my god, stop. And then Kent is so distant and doesn't show his emotions properly. So it's like, all these relationships are toxic. But you know what? That's not the point, okay?
俺が保証できる交友関係は
まあ他はただの友達の範囲を超えないよね。何かあったら俺か沢かシンを頼って。
But I guess in retrospect, everybody has flaws. You know, everybody has flaws, and that's kind of what this is showing, is that there are different flaws you find in people, and no relationship is ever gonna be perfect. But not to say you should ever put up with a toxic relationship. If someone is toxic to you, then, you know, unless you know for sure they are going to change, then you cut that shit off at the root, you know? Like, not to say you should just go blaming everyone and telling them they're toxic when they're not, or they're just ignorant of what they're doing, you know, and they could potentially change, but just like, in general, like, if the person is toxic and you know they're not gonna change, then just get them out of here. But like, I think in a lot of times they just need to learn that what they're doing is not right, and a lot of people will change if given the opportunity, but a lot of people also will not, because, you know, people are just creatures of habit, and
でもこいつ受験生だからあんまり連絡つかないよね。ってお前、今日予備校の日じゃないの？
なんでトーマがそんなこと知ってんの？
予備校の日だったの？
火木土日が予備校だってこいつから聞いたの。その曜日にバイト入れてるんだって。お前予備校休んでこんなとこでお前が頭悪いとは思ってないけど、 成績優秀者に選ばれて奨学金の枠取らないと進学できないんじゃないの？
おい、お前喋りすぎ。
いや、そんな文句を今のこの子に言われても覚えてないから。っていうか、奨学金の枠に入らなきゃいけないってシンの家はあんまり余裕ないのかな。
But in retrospect, their colleges are much cheaper. As I was saying, they are not like, it's literally not like tearing off an arm and a leg. Yeah, a lot of, you know, poorer families aren't going to be able to afford it. But there's also more opportunities, like if you get better grades, you'll get better scholarships, which we're supposed to have over here, but like we don't unless you're like the highest, unless you're like literally like the highest grade point average and you're the vice, what is it called, the class president or whatever.
そんな事情があるのに時間。
Thanks for coming here even though you're busy. Yes.
別に大したことじゃない。お前に改まって礼言われるって。まあ、
I like the voice actors too. Like, he has a really, really nice voice actor.
勉強の方は問題ないよ。明日から3日間補習入れてるから。そんなことより、俺がいられない間のことは。
それは構わないけどね。
な、そういえばこいつ、携帯新しくしたから。
ああ、そっか。事故で壊れたんだってね。これでよし。ところでさ、記憶がないことを秘密にするのはいいけど。
当然。
うわ、こいつまた真顔で嘘を。
ああ、そう。まあいいけど、お前何があっても。
さすが兄代わり。
もちろん責任取るつもりで。
あのなあ、本当か？バイトなんか休ませた方がいいんじゃないのか？
休んでたって良くなるとは限らないだろ。薬飲ませて寝かせとけば治るって言うなら俺もそうするけど、むしろ刺激があった方がいいんじゃないの？
その通りなん。こればっかりは真のスパルタ方針がありがたく感じるね。
Tough love. I wouldn't really call that tough love, but okay.
ま、3人がかりで様子見てればめったなことにはならないだろうけど。
だろ。ってわけで、とりあえずトーマ、バイトのロールプレイに付き合って。俺一人じゃ理性が切れる。
何それ？ロールプレイって接客の実践練習？
じゃ、そこ座って。おい、最初から。
It's generally like that kind of stuff is embarrassing in general, but like to random strangers, it's not quite as embarrassing as when you're doing it to like someone that is actually romantically interested in you. Then it becomes really, really embarrassing.
最初からってお客さんが入ってきたところから。
Welcome back, Master. Yeah.
なあ、微妙な気持ちになるだろう。
Oh, Oreo. Oreo's so cute. Oh my god. Stop it. Oreo's like the little brother you never knew you wanted.
今日は初めてのバイトだね。昨日シンとトーマにみっちり教えてもらったとはいえ、トーマがフォローしてくれることになってるけど、気合負けだけはしないようにか。でも君首とかに包帯つけたまんまなんだよね。まあとりあえず元気に挨拶。おはようござい。
あら、あなた、おはよう。お久しぶりね。
Oh, there's our boss.
体は大丈夫？本当に災難だったわね。本格復帰は来週からだけど、今日と明後日、半日ずつリハビリ復帰ってことでお願いね。でもお願いだから無理はしないで、少しずつ体を慣らしてもらうためのとはいえ、包帯姿のメイドなんていてくれるだけで入るわ。
おはようございます。ああ、ごめん。フォローするって約束したのに先に着いちゃってたね。よしよし、びっくりした。まあ、あんまり気にしないで。
なあにトーマ、その失礼な言い方。
いえ、別に久しぶりに店長の推しの強さを見て彼女がびっくりしただろうと思いまして。
いやね、励ましの言葉をかけてたのよ。
どうやらこの人店長みたいだね。おはようございます。
みね。
あら、ミネちゃん、今日も可愛いわね。
She's adorable.
やだ、店長 気だったんですね。あの事故の時は本当にびっくりしましたよ。この子は後輩なんだ。ちょっと待って、この子もしかして事故の現場を見てたの？
ああ、ほらほら、積もる話は仕事の後で。
あ、はーい。もうそんな時間なんだ。しょうがないね。仕事の後でまた聞いてみようか。事故の話はシンからも聞けてないからね。仕事が終わるの楽しみだね。
Me too. I say that every day when I'm at work.
お帰りなさいませ。いってらっしゃいませ、お嬢様。で、君に合わせて僕も一緒にやってみたわけ
You
だけ
seem
ど。
to be enjoying it a lot, Oreo. I have a feeling you're lying about that.
楽だよ。シンのしごきに比べれば、
Right?
本物のお
Oh
客
my
さんの
god,
方が
Shin
ず
is
っ
so
と優し
rude.
い。何かあった
Forget
時は
him,
みんなが
man.
フォローしてくれるだろうし。よーし、この調子で頑張って。ちょっと体痛くなってきたね。
お疲れ様。もう上がっていいわよ。もうお昼よ。あなた夢中で働いてたのね。今日はもう帰って明後日までゆっくり体を休めて
Yeah,
ち
it's
ょう
supposed
だ
to
い。
be half days anyway, so lunchtime would be the time to go home.
怪我をしてるのに頑張ってくれたわね。
そっか、終わりなんだ。はあ、話聞きたかったけど、ミネやトーマが終わるまで待ってるのは、また明後日もバイトあるし。とりあえず帰ろう。
お疲れ。
あれ、シン？どうしてここにいるんだろう。
Are you here to pick me up? Are you?
お前のその犬ころみたいな目で見上げてくるとこ、なんかからかい倒したくなる。かまってやりたいけど、若さんに挨拶しに来ただけ。すぐ予備校戻る。
Oh, Waka's the manager.
若さんって誰だっけ？ここで挨拶するって言葉が出てくるってことは。
で、バイトはどうだった？
It went well, I think. Everyone helped me out. Okay.
ま、自覚してるなら上出来。挨拶してくるから、そこで待ってろ。
ねえ、それなら君も行った方がいいんじゃ。
なんでついてくんの？
あら、しんちゃんじゃない。
若さん、ご無沙汰してます。今日はこいつがご迷惑かけて、まだ傷が痛むらしくて、普段に輪をかけてぼーっとしてますけど。
わあ、なんか想像以上にしっかりした挨拶だ。お父さんに謝ってくれた記憶もそうだったけど、シンってこういうとこ全然年下っぽくない気がするね。
大丈夫よ、しんちゃん。怪我が治ってないことは承知で来てもらったんだから。素敵だったわよ。包帯に制服姿の彼女。
いや、別。
さあ、早く彼女を休ませてあげてちょうだい。あなたもお勉強があるんでしょ。
はい、じゃあ、また近いうちに。
はいはい、楽しみにしてるわ。
じゃあ、俺は予備校戻るから。
なんだかんだで頼りになるよね、シンのやつ。バイトの人たちもちょっと変わってるけど、悪い人たちじゃなさそうだし。怖くなるくらい順調だ。不安要素が見当たらない。明日もこの調子でいけるといいね。
Yeah, they totally could have put other routes in this game. Because you have like Waka, the manager, and then you have like Sawa.
さて、今日はどうしようか。
Alright, I'm gonna save and stop it there. We've made a considerable bit of progress. We made it through our first day of work. You know, I'm gonna save again just to be sure. 6th day? I guess so. Alright. So we've done pretty good today. I feel like I've made a lot of decisions. I've gone past the point where I stopped last time in the other video that I did. So we have made it, you know, past that point, and then I'm just gonna keep going with it. So it's really interesting. I really like the concept. I've probably babbled on enough about it too much, but I like talking about it as I play it because there's just a lot of like culture things, you know. that are different. And there's a lot with the idea of just losing your memories and what all you remember, and you know how much has changed, how much you change, how much other people might change because of it. So it's just interesting to me. But I love the character design, the music is great, the game itself is like really, really solid. I'm just not a huge fan of Otome games, so like when I'm going to play the other game, which is like gonna be the total after this, it's gonna be the total opposite effect. Like the main character is male and all the romance interests are female. So it's like going on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. But I'm gonna have a hell of a time with that one. But not that I don't enjoy this, because I do enjoy this, but male romantic interests are not my thing, let's just say. So anyways, I've had a really interesting time with this today, but I'm gonna call it there. So thanks everybody so much for watching, and I will record a new episode of this next week. Bye!